Hello, my name is Prime and welcome back to ATS Showcases, and today we are here in Oklahoma City and we're going to haul some fuel up to Woodward today using this Freightliner Cascadia, and we're hauling the fuel in these turnpike ownable double trailers. Haven't done the fuel trailer in quite some time. I've talked about it before. I feel like it's quite short in comparison to some of the other trailers and for trucks, but this Freightliner Cascadia today is kind of like the mid-cab version, just the flat top, so it's not so aggressively tall and it doesn't dwarf the trailers as much today. But this Freightliner Cascadia today is powered by a Cummins X15 straight pipe engine mod, a fantastic engine mod that I've used in the past, and the link for that will be down in the description below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this Freightliner Cascadia started up and get on the road. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I certainly am. It is great to be back here in American Truck Simulator. Once again, it's been a little bit here. Not too long, but it's been a little bit to say the least. And decided to come back and do some fuel hauling. As I mentioned, it's been a while since I've done it, mainly because the trailers are a little bit short, in my opinion. I've said it for quite some time, actually. I just feel that the fuel trailers here, they just don't feel greatly proportioned compared to, well, some of the trucks, obviously, but even, oh, that stopped on a dime, my word. Lots of weight on the trailers today, but yeah, it just didn't feel, you know, quite right, shall I say. But needless to say, we are here now, and that's all that matters. And this Freightliner Cascadia is, I think, a good one to do for it. And you know what? Decided let's do the massive trailer indeed, the turnpike double. A very long configuration, but one that's a lot of fun to drive as well, just because, well, it's big and it's probably going to get me into an accident, but that is perfectly fine indeed. Hopefully, once again, everyone's doing well, enjoying playing whatever simulator or whatever other game you're interested right now. Comment down below what kind of games you're interested in. Well, obviously, including ATS, but any other ones as well. I'd like to know. I must say a huge thank you to everyone who joined in with the Discord giveaway for Firm Bus Simulator. That was a huge success, and congratulations to the winner of that. And it's a really great opportunity, and one that will be coming a lot more frequently now. There will be plenty more giveaways of what I'm hoping to do more consistently, although it may not be a full-on schedule. Can't promise that much, but definitely keep an eye out in the giveaway channel of the Prime Simulation Discord server, and become a member if you are not already, because you can expect to find a number of giveaways moving here in the future, and they're really easy to enter as well. And I'll send you a DM as well, but you have to make sure you answer within 24 hours. I'll keep that in mind. And if you already own the game, maybe, or whatever the thing may be, if it's a DLC, whatever it is, maybe consider not entering, just so then everyone else can have a fair chance for those who don't already own it. But it's perfectly fine, I guess, if you want to, and try and get a code for your friend. I mean, to each their own. I can't stop you, and I'm not going to try and harp on these rules, but it's more of a courtesy thing moving forward. However, it is really nice to be back here in ATS, and we've got some things to talk about, actually. So starting off, we had some news on Kansas. Indeed, or not Kansas, sorry. We've had Kansas released. Look at me go. I always get Arkansas and Kansas mixed up. I'm going to continually say the wrong one, probably just because I talked about Kansas for so long when the release of it was coming out, and obviously now that Arkansas is on the horizon and their names are very similar, it's going to be something that I'm going to mess up frequently, so bear with me with that. But I do apologize if you get a little misled, but if I say Kansas, most likely I'm talking about Arkansas, especially if it's something for upcoming. However, Arkansas, we got to learn, I believe, 4 more cities that will be included within the DLC, which is absolutely fantastic. I always love learning about the cities that will be coming, and it's great to have another blog post on Arkansas. Obviously, Nebraska is the next DLC for ATS, as far as we know as a community and what has been said through official channels. But it's just a matter of time. As of recording this video, we still don't have a release date for Nebraska, and I'll talk about it a little bit more in a second, because there was another blog post on it since the last time we've had a chat in one of these videos. However, Arkansas comes after Nebraska and is definitely very important. And so it's great to have more cities on that and kind of start to develop what kind of map to expect with Arkansas, which is seemingly going to be quite diverse and really good, to be honest. I was kind of questioning what, we'd be getting with Arkansas per se. My brakes are very sensitive today. I don't remember changing settings, but I have changed some things as well otherwise, so maybe brake sensitivity has changed a little bit, but anyways, yeah, it's great to learn more about Arkansas. I'm always happy to learn more about future states for ATS. I think a lot of us are. And comment down below what you think moving forward now, what the general trajectory will be for states. Do you think SES Software is going to mainly focus on getting to the East Coast, mainly along the Southern Corridor? Or do you think they're going to strictly continue moving across in a more linear fashion, just straight across the U.S.? What do you think? I'd like to know. I've definitely made my predictions in the past, and I would generally say I'm leaning more towards the kind of linear motion. However, that is not necessarily the case at all times. So once again, let me know what you think. I always like to learn your input, that is for sure. Decided to come back into Oklahoma itself. Been a while. It's been a little bit, and also one of the states with that actually allow the turnpike double trailers. Not a whole lot of them do. Surprisingly, even Texas, apparently. I was really surprised about that, to be honest, and I was really hoping to haul some fuel or oil in Texas, but for whatever reason, turnpike doubles in a state that has so much room are not available there. I mean, it's their laws, it's perfectly fine, unless if I'm just missing something, which is very much possible. However, it's yeah, it was a little weird, not gonna lie about that one, but it's fine. We are here in Oklahoma, and that's all that matters, so I'm not going to complain too bad at that one. And it looks like it's a cashless system here, which is perfect. Turn pass, we gotta love them. I do not like stopping. The Turner Turnpike, hauling turnpike double trailers. Probably why we're allowed to haul these here in Oklahoma. It makes sense. We gotta get over here. Look at me go, just drifting across. That's just typical way to do it, isn't it? Prime simulation fashion, if you ask me. So talking about Nebraska here, as I mentioned, there was a blog post on it, and it was about the memorials that will be found across the state. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to do a blog post on it. I was unable to record a Prime News at that, let me rephrase this. I was unable to do a Prime News on the blog post. I was just unable to record at that point, and so I decided to do just a community post for it. And to be honest, it was probably one of the best blog posts for me not to be able to do a Prime News on, in the sense that there wasn't a ton of information, and the information in there is more of a history thing, which of course is very, very important. I'm not trying to take away from the fact that the memorials are significant, very, very significant, and a very nice touch, may I add, by SES Software. However, there wasn't a ton of information in terms of cities and so on, just some history, or actually it was more of a very nice, or very well written, by the way. Shout out to Peter. very, very community manager at SES Software. Very nicely written. However, it was more of just a testament to the monuments in the past and what they represent. So very, very nice overall. However, not a ton of information in terms of the DLC itself besides the monument. So it was the best one for me to just say, hey, check it out if you want to. Look at these screenshots. The screenshots were mainly the nicest bits, and the details on that and the tributes. Very, very nice. Oh, we got the toll paid. Automatic tolls. Love them and hate them at the same time. Love them and hate them at the same time. You can get charged even though you don't even have to hand over a card, which, got pros and cons. Pros and cons. It's good overall, though. In Nebraska, it's really nice to have those little detail blog posts, I'll call them. Not necessarily the big info hogs of blog posts we kind of know and love here, generally speaking. But they are definitely ones that are very important, and ones that add a lot of depth to the overall story of an upcoming blog post. Blog post. DLC. I am on a roll today. Look at me go. Just getting everything confused, left, right, and center, calling Kansas or Arkansas, Kansas. Almost got that reversed, trying to explain why it's going wrong. Gotta love it. It's been a long day, folks. Been a long day, but we are here, here and happy to be taking a mind off stuff, and Gotta love ATS. Gotta love ATS for that, and I have to love recording these videos too. They really do help. Some days, I will not lie, when I've had, you know, sometimes a very tiring day, mentally, physically, doesn't matter what it may be. And it's great to be able to just come here, sit down, do some trucking, chat it out with all of you who graciously watch and listen to the videos, or at least watch, maybe mute the videos. I don't know, it depends on the day, maybe, in my commentary, and if you feel like listening to this silky voice. That was bad, I'm sorry. Very cringy. But anyways, point is, it's... oh man, again, long day, I'm making myself laugh at myself, which is not a good sign, folks. Not a good sign. It's great to be able to just kind of come on here and have some fun. Have some fun doing things that I want to. I know I'm not going over blind spot monitoring. I appreciate you. I appreciate you indeed. We're going to get over here, but that red car behind me is having a bit of a field day anyway, so that's fine. I'm gonna just cut them off because they were on to do their own thing. Anyways, it's great to have just kind of an escape, and that's what it is, and I really enjoy doing it, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Some days are better than others, I will admit, but the point is, you guys seem to enjoy the videos. I enjoy making them, so at the end of the day, that's all that matters. There's a lot of really cool things coming here very, very shortly. It's just a matter of time now. A few things just falling into place, which I am very excited about. And it's just, once again, a matter of time until things that I've been talking about for such a long time, or things that have been in the works even more recently, will be released. And a whole new story to the Prime Simulation chapter, or yeah, a whole new chapter to the Prime Simulation story. There we go. Once again, getting even my analogies mixed up. I am having a day, having one of those days. All the little shorts in this video from my ability or inability to speak will be absolutely fantastic. Most likely I'll have a field day editing that, or I'll try and brush over this video like it never happened and try and dust it off, and how painful it is, but hey-ho, it's the way it is. I'm going to be experimenting with some different things, and you may or may not see this video uploaded in 4K. However, full transparency, I am not recording this in 4K. In fact, nothing has changed in terms of monitor or hardware in recording it. Simply upscaled, my friends, and because we have some time, and for those who may be interested or maybe not, I don't know, you're going to hear about it anyways, I have to kind of do a bit of a rant about this, but I think you guys are going to notice a significant, at least in my little bit of a test, I noticed a fairly significant improvement, actually, in video quality by changing what I export my videos in my editing software. So for those who may not be able to tell by the quality setting on the video, so I export my videos and record videos, and up until this video probably export them in 1440p. That's just the way I've been doing it for quite some time now, and to be honest, 1440p is a perfect blend for gaming in these days, and especially simulators and doing this. Performance runs ATS beautifully, at least my computer does. It's a really good sweet spot for me. I don't have a 4K monitor, but I do have a really good 1440p monitor. Runs high refresh rates. I record 60 frames per second, render the high data rates for 1440p to make sure YouTube, when it compresses it, does its thing. So whenever you see the gear icon on YouTube, for those who may not know, it has the different presets, basically, on the different quality levels, depending on your internet speed. Well, YouTube has taken the video I have uploaded and re-encoded them, re-encoded it and processed it in general, but created these different quality sets for you to watch it at. Now, the higher quality you upload to YouTube, the better quality, in generally speaking, knockoff, the lower ones have. So for example, recording this and uploading this video in the past in 1440p. If I were to export it as 1080p, or say if I recorded this in 1080p, export it as 1080p, and then upscaled that 1080p footage to 1440p, the 1080p re-encode of the 1440p feed would be significantly better visual quality compared to the standard 1080p upload. Confusing? I'm probably not explaining this very clearly. However, it's weird. Kind of annoying at times, but it works out in some favor. So there's a whole different encoder thing. I'm not going to get into the back end of how YouTube runs, but at 1440p uploads and above, you get basically the higher quality one. But at 1440p even, if I take this video, upscale it to 4K, which is just simply changing what I render it out as, and the video editor basically stretches out the window, if you want to call it at that. Because of the quality I record at, I have plenty of margin for upscaling without getting all these weird artifact things that you may see, or grainy bits and weird details in the distance. Now, if you watch a standard 1440p video in the past, you'll still notice that in the distance, it kind of gets a little fuzzy at times. But when I record it, it is not. And even render it out, it is not. It's YouTube processing it and not having or allocating enough data rate to, well, make the video look the way I want it on YouTube. But if I upload it to 4K, because it's kind of like the top of the line, or the top of what the efficiency of the main encoder can do, really, because no one's really uploading more than 4K video these days right now. For whatever reason, it is significantly higher data rate than 1440p, and which does make sense for 4K. However, the 1440p transcode of that 4K YouTube upload looks miles better, at least in my opinion, and from what I could tell, than what I've been uploading before, because I've done test uploads that have been private, of course, to the channel, that were the exact same rendered video that I've published before, and it looks so, in my opinion, so much better. If you then watch it, imagine me doing air quotations, watch it in 4K, even though it's technically 1440p, it looks buttery crisp. I wish I could explain the methods full on behind it. I think I've done a pretty good job on just saying they've kind of got their encoders, they've got it kind of fine-tuned to do really good stuff at certain levels, and overall it just gives more data for 4K, and then that transcodes through the different presets basically for quality. So from here on out, all main episodes on the channel, Prime News I won't bother, because why? It doesn't need to be 4K, and it just increases file size for me, and render times for no apparent reason. It doesn't actually improve anything there. However, for the main videos where there's a bunch of stuff happening, I'm moving around, there's a bunch of cars moving around, stuff like that, I notice a significant increase in bit rate, which is what it's called, or data rate, that YouTube maintains from the videos. So, and it doesn't come at a cost really for me in terms of file size or anything. Surprisingly, it really doesn't affect it that much. I'm also using pretty new encoders that are quite efficient, so everything's working fine from what I can tell. So there you go. That's the way it's gonna be. A little weird, but it works. It works, so I'm gonna run with it. So yeah, if you see 4K, well, it is gonna look really good, don't get me wrong. However, I'm not actually playing in 4K, so I don't want to deceive people there, but honestly, you can think what you want. It looks good, that's all that's all I care. I don't care what kind of resolution it's being uploaded technically as, even if I'm not recording it at that. If it looks good, that's all I'm going to care about, as long as it doesn't come at too much of a performance cost, which this doesn't do. When I render it out, I'm fortunate that my hardware can handle it, or my computer hardware can handle it, so I'm not concerned about that. And the file size doesn't really increase it much. My videos are quite large generally anyway, so it's the way it is. It really doesn't matter. Point is, though, hopefully quality is even better. You may not notice it, depends on the device you're watching it. You may notice it as well. From what I could tell, the lower resolutions, 720p and below, significant improvement doing the 4K variant for, once again, whatever reason that is. It is odd. Shouldn't, in theory, make much of a difference, but it does. And yeah, it's just the way it is. If it works, right? I'm not going to try and reinvent the wheel here. I've done a lot of testing, and I've looked up a lot of videos as well. There's fantastic creators out there that do a lot of analysis on videos and stuff for YouTube, so that works out well. So if you notice a visual improvement, well, hopefully you do, and hopefully it has gone well. And I got to get over here, so I'm going to drift my way over. Getting very cloudy here in Oklahoma. I'll get off the YouTube production rant, but some of you really like to know how I do stuff and why some of the changes happen, and simply, it's for quality. I'm always trying to improve quality, whether that's audio-wise. I've done some tweaks here and there with microphone and placement and all this stuff to try and fine-tune things, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to make sure the video quality is as high as possible and what I can do. Constant learning, that's the nature of the game, but I am very happy to do so, and I find it fun. It's fun to experiment at times, and you're gonna fail at times. I failed miserably in some tests in the past, I can assure you of that one. But it's great to be able to, well, have some wins at times as well, which is always good, and this is one of them. This is one of them indeed, so I'm happy to do that. So the 4K badge is coming to the Prime Simulation channel, and I am more than happy to welcome it if it means that the video quality is increased without affecting performance visually and for my sanity as well, which is a significant portion of the production. I am a one-man show, so I have to try and manage a lot of things. Obviously, this is not my full-time job, so there are certain things that I've got to try and balance, and efficiency is arguably the most important thing that I'm always trying to improve, to try and make sure that I can enjoy making the videos or continue making the videos to the enjoyment that I do, even though, yes, there's going to be difficult parts, and I don't shy away from that, but I want to try and make life easier, so then videos can be made a lot easier in the time that I have, so then they could be higher quality. Put it that way. I don't have all day to, record a video throughout the week. It's limited at times, so it's the way I've got to do it. It's just simple as that. It's been a while since we've done more of an evening delivery here in American Truck Simulator. It's running a little bit later into the afternoon today, and we're getting to see some beautiful skyboxes at work once again. And honestly, we should probably check where we are here. We're getting nice close to Woodward. It was a slightly longer delivery today, and unfortunately, we haven't had a ton of news on the ATS side of things, so that's why I decided to do a bit of a rant on YouTube. Honestly, it came up at the moment, but still. Commentary in this video, I will admit, will probably be a little bit less smooth, but I'm sure you guys are getting used to that. You, the viewer who have been watching for a while, will probably know that my ability to keep things smooth some days are really good and some days are absolutely painful. But once again, nature of the game, I am only human, and I can only yabber on for so long, but I'm going to be hopefully very, very soon getting back into some streaming as well. For those who are still watching the video and surviving this long, well, first of all, thank you. Second of all, you're amazing. You're like an absolute saint for listening to some of this torture, probably. But also, I'm going to be trying to get doing some streaming again. So that's something I've wanted to do for quite some time, and I'm going to try and do it with, of course, some of the more the newer changes that are going to be happening quite soon will help in that endeavor. However, I want to get back into that, get some more live interaction going on. My setup has changed quite a bit and definitely improved through and through. So streaming will be a whole lot easier when I've done it only 2 times in the past here on the channel. Yes, I have. There's a whole story behind that one. Maybe that's another day, or for that matter, just go to the live section on the channel and you will be more than certain to hear about what happened, especially in the very first live stream that I did. The whole first section of it is kind of about it, because spoiler alert, didn't actually hit live. So go ahead and check that out if you want to listen to that whole endeavor. But that was quite a while ago, and I've evolved quite significantly, I'd like to say, from that point. But once again, it's just the way it is. But we're going to try and get back into that soon. There's a lot of other cool maintenance things, I guess, in some ways, coming to the channel. things are just going to be happening. Let's just call it at that. There's going to be a lot of things getting more modernized, kind of brought back into loop, shall I say, as well, not just almost abandoned at times. I will be the first to admit that certain things, like especially the Discord channel, has been kind of shoved under the rug, really not promoted at all. It's been kind of just there, but it has been still growing besides that, and it is now just over, well, as of recording this video, 170 members strong, which is absolutely fantastic. And obviously new giveaways will help that, I'm sure, but the whole point of it is that it's a great bunch of people in there that can help with questions and about the different games, and just all enjoy the same stuff. And I'm going to try and liven up that community again. It was thriving for quite some time, and of course, because of my fault, ultimately, I'm not pinning any blame on anyone, because it is 100% my fault. I've neglected the server and didn't promote it, didn't really say a thing, and eventually that spark dies, especially when nothing, to be honest, it wasn't set up professionally at all. When I set it up, I had no idea what really Discord servers were, let's be honest here. I'm not going to try and fool myself here. I really didn't know what I was doing with Discord at all. I'm not turning here. I'm going straight. Oh, great. I could have gone straight through, but that guy... Okay, you know what? We're breaking the rules here. We're going around, sneaking around. I'm going to hit that trailer back there, aren't I? Oh, Prime, what are you doing, bud? You know what? It's fine. We'll snake our way around. It's not legit whatsoever, but it works. I don't need high beams on, I don't think. Do I have high beams on? Yeah, I do. I don't need high beams on. Must hit the wrong button at some point. That's unfortunate. But, oh, looks like we're actually delivering to the gas station over here in Woodward. Well, that's interesting. We're just snaking our way around here. It looks funny. Just nowhere straight in this lane. Look at this. Absolute monstrosity of a of a unit just snaked its way in the lane. That's just beautiful. Gotta love it indeed. Now I sure hope I don't have to reverse this thing into the delivery point. Normally you don't, because that would be absolute pain if I did. Turnpike doubles in particular are absolutely brutal, and I am nowhere near that quality of skill. So let's just see where I have to deliver this thing to in the first place. Round back probably. So we're gonna head over this way. Yeah, probably should have gone in actually at the lights over here. It may have been the best way to go, but we'll swoop in this way and see where I have to go here. Oh, there it is. I see the delivery point over there. Now, how is it oriented? Okay, truck needs to turn around. Well, I can do that. I can do that indeed. So we're actually going to go around the parked trucks here, and we are going to try and swing our way into this spot as straight as possible. And I'm not going to try and cheat in any way, but I'm also making sure I'm prepped, because I've failed to do that in past videos, that is for sure. So let's go ahead and roll in here and see how things go. I don't want to skip the parking. I want to park in the parking. There we go. We have done it. Oh, it is fantastic to have that in the spot. It is absolutely great indeed. Let's go ahead and shut off the truck. Beautiful stuff indeed. Thank you all so much for watching. What a fantastic episode. Besides my rambling along, as I do typically in these videos, I appreciate everyone who watches the videos, and as the channel's been continuing to grow, it is fantastic. There are so many great opportunities that are just around the corner that I'm happy to be sharing with you guys very, very soon, and it's just a matter of time until things really change, but for the better, I'd say, or at least change in a good way. Let's just call it at that. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.